LinkedIn Excel Assessment Test is an excellent way to improve your LinkedIn profile. Once you complete it, recruiters and employers will see your results and you will have higher chances to get hired for the position that requires Excel skills. LinkedIn Excel Test has 15 multiple choice questions and you get about 1.5 minutes per question. You need to score in the top 30% to earn the badge on LinkedIn. And another important thing to mention is that Excel Test is an excellent choice for data analysts, data scientists, accountants and finance professionals to improve their LinkedIn profiles and increase their chances to get hired. Hi there, this is Vadim Michalenko from Online Training for Everyone. And in this quick video, I am going to share with you how you can succeed on LinkedIn Excel Assessment Test. We will start by doing an overview and look at the key benefits why you might consider doing LinkedIn test in the first place. Then I'll take the test, and for each question I'll explain you why this is the right answer and do a demos inside Excel. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start with our first question. If you select cell A1, hover the pointer over the cell border to reveal the move icon, then drag the cell to the new location. Which ribbon commands achieve the same results? And you have 4 different choices. Choice A, copy and transpose. Choice B, cut and fill. Choice C, copy and paste. And choice D, cut and paste. To answer this question, let's look inside Microsoft Excel so we can get to the right solution. To simulate this scenario, let's look at the sales data for different equipment. We have cell A1, which shows the column header, date. And if we hover at the borderline of the cell A1, we see the move icon. This is exactly what question is asking us to do. If we drag it and drop it in the cell B19, you see that this is an equivalent of cut and paste command on the ribbon. So let's go back to LinkedIn to answer this question correctly. I believe the correct answer here is cut and paste. Do you have a different solution? Please don't forget to post in comments so we can all learn. Now let's look at the question 2. Which chart type provides the best visual display of the relationship between 2 numerical variables? You have 4 different choices. Choice A, box and whisker chart. Choice B, radar chart. Choice D, combo chart. And then last but not least is XY scatter chart. Do you know the answer? Let's take a close look. If you ask me, I'm probably leaning toward the scatter chart. Let's take a look why. If I select the data and click recommended charts, and then navigate to all charts, and then click on the scatter chart, you see this is the best way to show the relationship between multiple values. All different patterns here shown in a different color. So I'm going to select scatter chart here and click OK to show you the relationship. We have units sold represented as blue, gross sales as yellow, and I think, going back to the original question, out of the other charts shown, this is the best way to represent the relationship between 2 numerical variables. So I am going to select XY scatter chart. Do you have a different opinion? Please make sure to post in comments. Now let's move on to the question 3. To insert a new column to the left of a specific column, right-click on the header containing the column's letter and select, and you have 4 different choices what to select. Choice 1, insert. Choice B, insert column. Choice C, paste special. And then choice D, insert column left. And obviously, to get to the correct answer, let's jump to Microsoft Excel. To insert a new column to the left of column C, you need to select column C, right mouse click on the column C, and then choose insert. That inserted a new column to the left of the column segment. Let's go back to the question. The tricky part here is that insert and insert column look very similar, but the correct choice here is insert. And now let's look at the question 4. Which Excel feature allows you to hide rows or columns with an easily visible expand and collapse? You're presented with the data set of countries and life expectancies. And what's key here to answer this question, you see in the column F in the question, there is a plus sign in the rectangle. So let's jump to Excel to see how we can answer this question. To group data in Microsoft Excel, you need to navigate to the Data tab, select the columns or rows that you would like to group. In our case, let's select the rows and then go to the outline section and select group. And you can see that by using this feature, you can expand and collapse the rows. You can do the same thing with the columns. So let's select columns B through D and repeat the process. We go to the outline section and select the group. And now you can group and ungroup columns as well. So the correct answer here is choice B, grouping. And keep in mind that you need to pay attention to small things like this plus sign in the column F to correctly answer the question. Let's jump to the question 5. You want to be able to restrict values allowed in a cell and need to create drop-down list of values from which users can choose. Which feature should you use? And there are 4 different choices. Choice A, conditional formatting. Choice B, protect worksheet. Choice C, allow users to edit ranges. And then choice D, data validation. Do you think you know the answer? Let's jump to Excel to find out. Take a close look at this data set in Excel. And let's assume that we're trying to restrict the values in the column D only to 3 different choices. To do this, we need to use data validation. And to accomplish this task, we need to select unique values that we want to be in the drop-down and paste them in the column F. I'm going to move Patanario 2. I'm going to cut it using the shortcut Control-X and overwrite Jetta and remove the extra Jetta. So we only will have 3 values here. And now, to use data validation, let's select the column D, navigate to the Data tab, select Data Validation, and then here, instead of selecting any value, you can select the list and define the source for the list with the 3 values that we just created. Once you click OK, it now created drop-down, and you can only select values from the drop-down. So the correct answer here is choice D, data validation. So let's ask the question, is completing LinkedIn test actually helpful? I believe that by completing the correct LinkedIn test that matches your career profile, you can land a new job faster. I see 3 main opportunities how LinkedIn test might be helpful. Number 1, it's going to increase your visibility on LinkedIn platform. Completing the test will separate you from other people that do not have their test completed, and it will increase the number of search results where your profile will get visible. Second reason is that completing LinkedIn profile will demonstrate your professional skills. If you invested the time and learned the skills, this tells the employer that you're serious about this particular career path. And it also helps you, an employer, to actually understand what your career path actually is. And now let's look at the question 6. Column A contains a list of book titles. To ensure that no book title appears more than once, first you select the column A. What should you do next? And you have 4 different choices for your next action. On the Data ribbon, click Data Validation. Choice B. On the Home ribbon, click Clear Duplicates. Choice C. Right-click on the column head and select Unique. And then choice D, on the Data ribbon, click Remove Duplicates. What do you choose? To simulate this scenario in Microsoft Excel, I entered the most popular 2022 book titles. And you see that there are some duplicates in the rows 10 and 11. To remove duplicates, we need to select rows 2 through 11, basically the entire data set, and then navigate to the Data tab, and then select Remove Duplicates. It asks us to select columns because we only have 1 column. The action is rather easy, and then we click OK. And it shows us the 2 duplicate values found and removed, and 8 unique values remain. We click OK here, and you see that the values in the rows 10 and 11 have been removed. So the correct answer here is choice D. On the Data ribbon, click Remove Duplicates. In question 7, we need to determine which chart type can display 2 different data series as different series types within the same chart. And you have 4 different choices to answer this question. Choice A, XY chart. Choice B, clustered column. Choice C, combo chart. And then choice D, bubble chart. Do you know the answer? Let's find the answer inside Microsoft Excel. We are presented with the data set that shows sales in different states, different segments, by different products, and it includes sales price, gross sales, sales and profit data. So let's build a combo chart to demonstrate you how you can present multiple values. Let's do a combo chart for the product and then select units sold, sales price, gross sales, as well as the sales column. You will navigate to the Insert tab and then select Insert Recommended Chart. And recommended chart is going to be different, but we will switch to the all charts, and combo chart is at the bottom. And you see that already by default, Excel allows you to compare two different values. But what we will do, we will create what's called secondary access, and we will say that for units sold, we will compare them to other values. Once you click OK, you see that the multiple data sets can be presented on this particular chart. So the correct answer here is combo chart. In the next question, we need to figure out in Excel what do most formulas begin with. And you have four different choices. Choice A, colon. Choice B, star. Choice C, equal sign. And then choice D, left parentheses. Do you know the answer? I think this might be the easiest question out of the all ones we did so far. As you might be well aware, all formulas in Excel should begin with the equal sign. For example, let's do sum of profits. We will start with equal sign, and then we will type sum, and then we will highlight the area of all the numbers that we're trying to sum up. Once you're done, you hit enter, and here you go. In the cell E9, we have the sum of all the profits. So the correct answer is choice C, equal sign. A lot of people ask me, how easy is it actually to pass the LinkedIn assessment test? And my answer is, it depends. You probably will get a little different questions on the real test than I'm showing you here in this video. But I have full confidence that you can learn faster, improve your IQ, and pass any test by watching more videos on YouTube and specifically on this channel, Online Training for Everyone. Let's look at the question 9. You want to restrict the values entered in a cell to a specific set, such as hop, skip, jump. Which type of data validation should you use? You need to select one choice out of four possible choices: list, database, custom, or input range. Do you think you know the answer? Let's jump to Microsoft Excel so I can show you the solution. What question is asking us to do is how can we restrict the states so we only allow the states to be selected from the drop-down list. Let's first type the list of states. We have Arizona, California, Florida, Nevada, Washington, Georgia, and Ohio, and we need to be able to select the state only from this list of choices. To accomplish this task, we need to select the area in the column B where we're going to put the restriction. As a next step, we need to navigate to the Data tab, select Data Validation, click Data Validation, and then in Allow drop-down box, we need to select the list, and in the source, we need to point to the area where we have the list of states. Once we're done, you click OK, and now, in the column B, you can only select the state out of the list of possible choices. So the correct choice here is choice A, list. Let's go to question 10. A file extension of .xlsm indicates what type of workbook. You have four different choices. Choice A, Excel 2003 workbook. Choice B, XML standard workbook. Choice C, macro-enabled workbook. And then choice D, workbook where macroses are not allowed. Which one do you think is the right answer? Let's go to Excel so I can explain you my version of this solution. And obviously, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. I'm showing you the Save As dialog box in Microsoft Excel. Typically, when you save a file, you save it with the extension XLSX. But you can choose a different file type. And the next one on the list is Excel macro-enabled workbook, which is XLSM. So the correct choice here is choice C, macro-enabled workbook. I often get a question, if you fail the test, would employers or recruiters see your unsuccessful attempts? And the answer is that assessment score is not displayed to employers and recruiters. They can only see your successful attempts, and they can only see that you passed particular assessment. So please go ahead, keep trying, and make sure you can actually pass the test. Let's look at the next question. Given the image below, what happens if you type P in the cell A6? And you have 4 different choices. Choice A, the word Perez appears and immediately the active cell moves down. Choice B, a pop-up list appears with the previous 4 names. Choice C, the letter P appears. And then last but not least, choice D, the word Perez appears and the active cell remains in the edit mode. Can you guess the answer? Let's jump to the Excel so I can explain you the solution. Here's the list that I retyped from the Excel assessment test. What we're going to be doing, we will put the cursor into the cell A6 and we will type the letter P. What you see is the autocomplete feature of Microsoft Excel. And you see that Excel tried to guess the value that already starts in the cell A3 and help us to type it in the cell A6. I believe the correct choice here is choice D. The word Perez appears and the active cell remains in the edit mode. Let's look at the next question. A colleague shared an Excel file with you and you want to display a worksheet that is hidden in it. How can you do that? There are 4 choices. Choice A, on the Home tab, click Unhide. Choice B, on the Review tab, click Unhide Sheet. Choice C, on the View tab, click New Window. And then last but not least, choice D, right-click on any Worksheet tab and select Unhide. Do you know the answer? Let's jump to the Excel so I can explain you the solution. In Microsoft Excel, you can hide and unhide worksheets by right-mouse clicking on the tab and selecting, for example, Hide option. Then the sheet disappears. If you do another right-mouse click and select Unhide, you are presented with the list of hidden worksheets. In my case, it's just one worksheet, and you can select it and select Unhide, and it shows up back on the list of tabs. So, as you might have guessed, the correct choice here is right-click on any worksheet tab and select Unhide. Let's look at the next question. What is the default horizontal alignment of text in a cell? And you have 4 choices: top, left, right, or bottom. Do you know the answer? When we jump to Microsoft Excel, you can clearly see the text is aligned to the left. What's interesting though is that the dates are aligned to the right and the numbers are also aligned to the right. But even answering this question is kind of tricky. I wonder if there are viewers on this channel from Arabic countries that use right-aligned text. Would it still be true that the text is aligned to the left? So, I'm kind of curious. Please post your comments. If my suspicions are correct, please share your thoughts in comments. But I'm just going to select the option for the United States and Western Europe, which is left. Here's an interesting question. In this worksheet, cell E5 contains the formula $A, $5. If you drag cell E5 down to E6, what appears in the cell E6? And you have 4 different choices. Choice A, A6. Choice B, 9. Choice C, $A, $5. And then last but not least choice, $A5. Do you think you know the answer? We are in Excel trying to simulate this scenario. The question is tricky and you almost want to answer by saying that the answer will be $A, $5, which is the absolute value of the cell A5. But instead the correct answer would be 9. Because what happens, it's not the value of the formula that appears in the cell, but instead the actual value. So the correct answer here is choice B, 9. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar tricky questions in the test. And finally, here's the last question on the test. What Excel feature can you use to automatically format cells that are greater than a specific value with designated fill and text colors? And you have 4 different choices: flash fill, theme colors, format as table, and last but not least, conditional formatting. Do you think you know the answer? As you might have guessed, the answer is conditional formatting. You see the columns F, G, H, I, J, and K are highlighted in different colors to demonstrate the meaning behind the values. Let's do the same thing for column L. You select the column, select conditional formatting, and then there are a lot of different features. For example, you can use data bars and use different type of fill to highlight the values inside the column. Let's just pick gradient fill, and it highlights cost of goods sold in the column A in a different color. So the correct choice here is choice D, conditional formatting. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please give us a like and consider subscribing. Thanks for all your endorsement, support, and patronage. For additional helpful information, please make sure to check out links in the description. For detailed list of available resources, I encourage you to check out resources page on our website, howtoanalyzedata.net/resources. If you know someone who would benefit from this content, please consider sharing the link. Please leave the feedback, corrections, or suggestions in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.